fabric from the land of the five rivers.
Years ago, when we came to Los Angeles, I really believed that the greatness of the Raiders would be in its future.
What's going on? What's going on? We live. We back. We back for another edition of the 50-50 show, man. Appreciate everybody coming through, man. Hey, man, I forgot. We forgot our usual intro that we've been pulling out. Let me see if I could start the show off right, man. But we appreciate everybody coming through. Hey, the late night show. You already know what it is, man. Yes, but let me go ahead and start this show off right.
Welcome to the 50-50 show with PharoahNFL and the Severe Raider. The realest show for Raider Nation. 2 points of view. One verdict. You decide.
Hey, man. Hey, we are glad to be back, man. Look, man. I was just talking to Severe the other day, man. Look, 3 Sundays away? Are we 3 Sundays away until the rookies report to training camp, man? Time flies back. Flies right now, man. Like, at the end of the day, like, we've been talking about the Raiders, but we were like, we're gonna have to take a break a little bit because it's that time of the year, But damn, less than a month to go until Raider football. Are you serious? Man. Come on. But hey, man, as usual, man, the king of mod has arrived, man. Daniel Kim in the building. He says, yes, sir, the late show. Salute to Pharaoh. Salute to Severe, man. Appreciate you coming through. Hey, the night crew is here, man. The night crew has arrived, man. We appreciate y'all coming through. Make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, all that good stuff. Daniel, you says, I just realized the milestone show 100. Congrats on this huge numbers. Yeah, so the number actually is, I just put it up I just keep track of certain things. So it's actually the 100th live that I've done on my channel, man, it's crazy. But if you look at some people, they've rolled through that number really quickly. But me, hey, it's a big number for me. From obviously collabing with Severe, collabing with Raider Ray, and all other Raider content creators, and obviously every live that I've done on my channel. So I appreciate the support. Yeah, so this is the 100th live on the channel. So I appreciate everybody supporting my day ones. Tony Shefford in the building. Hell yeah, the 50-50 show live. Salute, man, Raider Nation. Hey, man, appreciate you coming through, man. Appreciate the support. Raider Mania in the building. He says Raider Nation for life, man. He keeps it simple. Man, I got you, man. I got you. Oh, man, we got Raiders resisting the building. Digital Press, man. Appreciate you coming through.
Yes,
Hatamaki in the building, man. He salutes Severe, salute Pharaoh, man. Appreciate you coming through.
Salute.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, Daniel, he's trying to give y'all a friendly reminder right here. Remember to clock in, man. And if you gotta go and watch the replay, clock out, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We are going live on both our channels, so you want to make sure. See, as you see, the King of Mod is letting you know right now, man. Look at the channels right here. Obviously, look, we going live on both our channels, so make sure to hit the like button. We appreciate the support. Tony says, show up to camp in shape and know your playbook. Hey, man, that's less than a month to go. And we're going to get into it, man. Hey, the SAC Summit, formerly known as, Von Miller's Pass Rush Summit. They had a name change. I guess, from what I've read, Von Miller was talking about, he was thinking about, he doesn't have too much longer to play in the NFL. So he's kind of thinking in the future, and he was like, you know what, I'm going to call it the SAC Summit. So other future pass rushers can lead the way.
Yeah.
And Severe, hold on. If you want to hold down the chat real quick. My bad. Hold on 1 second.
Yes, sir. I mean, as Tony Shefford stated, man, show up to camp in shape and know your playbook, man. Very, very simple request. As we noted, camp is right around the corner, man. Rookies report on the 21st. I think veterans report on the 23rd. And generally, the first thing they do out there is they make guys go through conditioning drills, man. So if you're not in shape, that very, very first day, it's going to definitely show up. So hopefully everybody's doing what they're supposed to do. They're following the lead of guys like Maxx, guys like Christian Wilkins, guys who are, hey, these are guys who are known for their work ethic, and they're doing the things that need to be done. AP even gave them a day early off and said, you know what, just make sure you enjoy your time, but make sure that you're ready when training camp rolls around. So hopefully, all those dudes that they heeded his warning and they show up and they handle their business.
Appreciate the support, Sergio. Yeah, hey, look, man, the Pass Rush Summit, we got some flags on the play too, by the way, from JaMarcus to NFL losing. We don't see that quite often, man. They lost for now. For now, there was a huge lawsuit in the billions. When I say huge, I mean I'm talking about the billions between them and I think their Sunday ticket package, and we'll get into that in a second, and we'll talk about some of the I'm gonna put up a graphic on the Raiders. Actually, that they had a list of all the tickets as far as if they combine the families, which I forgot what was it, a drinks, two drinks, food. They combined everything with the tickets for a family, and they combined it with all the NFL teams and obviously the most expensive ticket in the NFL. We'll get into it, man. It's another flag, man. I'm just gonna let y'all know, man. But we're gonna get into all that. And we're gonna get into it, man. There's some. Let's talk. Let's start off, man. Let's start off. The SAC Summit. The SAC Summit was this past weekend, and our guy Maxx Crosby, was one of the hosts. Him, Cam Jordan, I believe Von Miller, and Maxx has been going to these for a few years now, and. Von Miller gave him the honor of hosting it along with Cam Jordan. So you can see Von Miller's like, hey, look, you're the future. So you're going to be taking over this event. And Maxx took him up on that offer. It was a big shot with Raiders, obviously. You know what I mean? I think it was in Las Vegas, so it was easy for some of the guys to come by. What were your thoughts from the SAC Summit? What do you think? Do you think it makes a difference, in your opinion, Severe, like that? The guys just show up for a weekend and, they do a few drills, they talk football. You think it makes a difference?
Oh yeah, man. I definitely think it makes a difference, man. If for nothing else, these guys are out there working on their craft. So if they were doing nothing else, guys that normally had an opportunity to be doing other things, whether one of those things could be sitting at home, not doing anything. These guys are actually out there still working. So I think that's an important thing. It also gives these guys an opportunity to come together and kind of bounce ideas off of each other, right? From what I heard, like basically this was born out of offensive linemen were getting together and doing something similar. So the pass rushers were like, you know what? Why aren't we doing something to help combat, what the offensive linemen are doing? So all these guys pick up little tips and little tricks of the trade and all that stuff from wherever they're at, right? From their different respective coaches and all of those things. So, no guy is going to give up everything that they know. Of course, if they're smart, they're gonna withhold some of their secrets, but yet and still, there are some tips and tricks they can give to these young up and coming pass rushers. And Maxx has been going to it. I want to say 5 years, or I believe every year he's been in the league, he's been going to it. So, and he talked about it. Actually, we'll have a clip later on, but he talked about it, and I think it's helped him tremendously, man. So just being around like-minded people who kind of have the same goal. You'll find something in there, and just that the littlest bit of information can unlock a guy and help him reach his full potential. So I think it's very important. It's very important, man, just for those guys to get together, put in that work and learn and learn from each other. All those guys working together, working for one common cause. I think it's great, man. And like I said, if nothing else, it helps keep these guys in shape and helps keep football at the top of their mind.
So I'm going to go ahead and share this clip from Maxx Crosby, who was just talking to the players that were there. So you can see that he's leading the way there. I'm going to go ahead and post this real quick. Let's see if I can share this on the screen. Appreciate everybody coming through. If you're just joining us, man, make sure to clock in. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's see if I could. Boom, right here. All right, here we go. Here's a clip of Maxx Crosby at the Sack Summit.
We talk about chess and checkers. We want to be playing chess. Old linemen, all they want to do is just get comfortable and get to their spot. Once you get them uncomfortable and doing and reacting to you, then they're all out of whack, bro. So you got to start. That's what's so important, starting the game fast and getting into your groove and finding your rhythm right early in the game and setting up your plan. Because once you get it going and now they're thinking, you got a whole game to just go to work on. We talk about chess and checkers. We want to be playing chess. Old linemen, all they want.
So yeah, there's a small little clip here from Maxx Crosby talking to some of the players. It was like about 60 NFL players, and the whole point of like trying to get like the big time pass rushers to come in to host and stuff like that is they're gonna know players. Players are gonna want to come over, and it worked. I mean, like they got a lot of players. It turned out, and it's probably gonna get bigger over the years. And I think it makes sense too, because now you're able to, and just hearing Maxx Crosby and the impact for him, because he talked about how like, Von Miller kind of was speaking a lot of the greatness in Maxx Crosby. Like he was good, but he wasn't. At the time when he was going to the Sack Summits, he wasn't to that next level. And he said guys like Max, like Von Miller kind of helped him, develop and learning tricks of the trades, and just hearing other players talk about the process and how they get to the quarterback. They can watch film and see what moves they made, but they're trying to get into their head. Maybe possibly can help guys like, Koonce or Tyree Wilson. Did you see Tyree Wilson, man? Like, hey, I'm just gonna say, man, he looks the part. I'm just gonna say, like, he looks like an NFL player. Just gonna say, man, like I'm gonna go ahead and try to see if I can post this picture. But man, hey, look, I think Tyree might be a factor next season. Hopefully, I'm hoping, but he's putting in the work, man. He's been in the weight room. I'll just say that. Let me see if I can find this picture of Tyree Wilson, and let me see the turnout of Raider players that were there too. I think there's a picture of all of them, including Tyree.
I think there were 7. I want to say there were 7 guys that were there.
There were 7.
7 Raiders. Yeah, I want to say 7 Raiders, but two of them are like, come on. Two of them were like, brother, you know.
So there's a picture of all the Raider players that turned out. Malcolm Koonce, David Ogoya, if you guys remember, that was the guy in that international program from Nigeria.
Yeah.
Charles Snowden, Janarius Robinson. I think that was a pickup last year during the season from the Rams. Played pretty solid. Was able to get an extended contract. He wasn't in the news though, like I think early in the offseason. Yeah. But hopefully that's behind him. And then obviously Maxx. John Jenkins was there, and Tyree Wilson. And I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can post this. Let's see if y'all can see this real quick from left to right here. Shout out to Levi Edwards for the picture right here. See there, Tyree. See there goes Tyree. Let me see if I can find a better picture of Tyree. Man, he's making everybody look like little kids. Man, I'm just gonna say.
Yeah, I think they got a close-up one. That's John Jenkins next to him, by the way.
That's crazy. He's making John Jenkins one of their, big rotational D tackles, a guy that they count on to stop the run, and Tyree's making him look like, man, Coach John Jenkins. That's Coach John Jenkins, and that's
exactly.
Let me see if I can find a better. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. But yeah, what are your early thoughts on Tyree Wilson? Do you think this might translate into him having a great season next season?
I mean, the issue with Tyree was never like, oh, he's not strong enough to play in the league. you know, like I don't think that was ever his issue. I think his issue was his ball get off. You know, his getting off the line of scrimmage and his pass rush moves. So I mean, but what that tells you, just the fact that he's been able to put on that kind of muscle, that he's been working. So hopefully, you know, last year he spent a year. It was mostly this summer. It was rehabbing, you know, trying to get back from that foot injury. Hopefully this summer we see he's been in the weight room. Hopefully he's been spending that same amount of time and attention on refining his pass rush skills and improving his get off the line of scrimmage. And if, you know, his get off is anything like his shoulders and his biceps in this picture, then I think he'll be in for a monster season. But, you know, I still want to see his improvements he's made in those other areas first.
Q Eric says, love what I'm seeing from Sack Summit. Tyree break. What is it? Tyree a break thigh first real summer.
This is his first. Give
Tyree a break. This is his first real summer. Yeah, facts. It's true. It's true, man. Hey, look, Tyree wasn't supposed to be the starter out the gate. That's crazy to say, but and let's be honest, Tyree was the backup option as far as who they wanted to draft in the first round. You know, if you guys believed into the reports that were coming out, like from left tackle Paris Johnson to, you know, guys like corner that went to that end up going to the Seattle Seahawks at number 5. We've seen, you know, trading up to get a quarterback. It felt like Tyree was like the backup option, and then they were okay with that, okay with him developing, especially with Chandler Jones. You know, at the end of the day, man, you know, he was coming off an injury too as well, so he didn't have an off season, just like my guy Q Eric said. And let me get to the super chats, man. We getting some super chats, man. Hold on 1 second. Let me pull this up, man. My guy Raider Smoke, man. He knows how to start the show off right.
Come on, big dog.
He says, "What's good, fellas? Hey, man, appreciate you coming through, man. Raider Smoke again, man, with another super chat." He says Tyree may look like Debo, but I believe it when I see it. If he improves since he bulked up, it looked like maybe he's going to be used on the inside. Facts. 100%, man. 100%. It looks like he's that's pretty much probably the reason why he probably bulked up like that, is because he knows how the Raiders are going to use him, and he probably needs to put on a little bit more weight because they're probably going to use him inside a little bit. Man. Hey, Cameron, man, I can't even do it, man. I'll be honest with you. I can't even do it. I can't even do it, man. Hey, look, is that Michael Sam? I don't know, man. I don't know if that's Michael Sam.
Oh, man.
Hey, y'all, wow, man. Hey, man, I know it's the late night 50-50 show, man, but we try to keep it clean on here, man. But
Oh man.
Hey man, that's
Trying to get
hilarious.
this-
That's
trying to get
hilarious.
this
But
kicked
Raider
off
Smoke, man,
YouTube,
I appreciate the super chat. Cameron, even though we can't put it on there, man, I appreciate the super chat too as well. But I just can't do it, man.
Dude is trying to hit us with the sniper rifle, trying to like take out the.
He's trying, but we ain't gonna do it, man. We ain't falling for it. We ain't falling, but we appreciate the support.
Man.
We appreciate the support, man. I did shout you out, so there you go. There you go, man. But look, okay, Prez, he says this is talking about, we'll get to it too, a family of 4, parking, 2 beers, and 2 sodas. So I'm gonna put that graphic a little bit in just a few, a flag on the play. It's one of the flags, man, because the Raiders, man, tickets, man, is super expensive, and they're leading the way in that category, and we'll talk about it in a second. Man, but we appreciate the support. Man, all eyes in the building, man. Appreciate you coming through.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, man, doing this verticals thing, man, it's a lot of crazy people. It's the late night, so if y'all notice some people in the chat, man, that not normally here, man, they here to troll.
Nah, man.
Y'all funny though. I ain't gonna lie, y'all funny, man. But we're not gonna show any type of. We're not gonna show you.
They got some. You know, we got some wannabe Raider fans in here, man. Y'all just come on to the dark side, man.
Yeah,
Come
man.
over to
Hey,
the
y'all
dark
here talking
side.
about some. I seen Bears, Cowboys. Come on, man. That's some whack ass teams. Come on now. Who cares about them teams?
Man.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest, man. Cool, Kev in the building. Appreciate you coming through. James, you already know. James like to come in. He like to come in the right way. We got you, James.
Yes,
James, man. Appreciate you
Yes,
coming
yes,
through,
sir.
James. Appreciate you coming through. But yeah, man, at Sack Summit, I feel like it is helpful for guys like Max. We see the Maxx Crosby. I'm sure it was more to Maxx Crosby development than just him showing up to a Sack Summit, but it helped. And I like to see that he's bringing along the other players on the team. You know what I mean? It's just keeping their eye on the prize. And that's, as a fan of the team, you want to see the players working on their craft. And I feel like guys like Tyree Wilson, I can't wait to see him next season. Even old vet, he got old vets out there like John Jenkins, was crazy. You know what I mean? He don't have to be there. This is his time to really enjoy himself. He's a veteran. He's been there, done that. But he's out there showing support and showing up for Max and all the other Raider teammates, and Koonce, man. Hopefully Koonce, man, I just hope we can sign him to an extension, man. Hopefully we can try to see if we could get that discount, but man, him showing to the Sack Summit and then the Raiders kind of being stubborn and letting him kind of play on it, man, it's very risky.
Yeah.
It's
very
very
risky, man. Very
But-
risky. I mean, and maybe we offered him something, right? Maybe Koonce's people was like, nah, man, we good. We gonna bet on ourselves. So could be that
Right.
situation there as well, where they're like, hey, you know what? We know what the market pays for pass rushers. We know y'all lowballing us right now, and we know it's lowballing us based on because it's just a half year production. So if we go out this year and put on a whole year production, you know what does that contract turn into? So, you know, it could be one of those situations. So we'll see, man. We shall see.
Hey, man, the chat is wild. The chat is wild today, man. What's going on? But hey, look, so we're gonna move it along. We're gonna move it along real quick. I'm gonna Severe, I think what am I missing? Did I forget anything about I think we talked about Tyree, we talked about the Sack Summit. So we might as well go. We might as well go to you already know what time it is, man. It's flag on the play, man.
File 69 offense.
Hey, man, it's that time of the show. If y'all joining us, man, flag on the plays, anything we have issues with anything that's going on in football. Obviously, the Raiders. If it's the Raiders, we're not shy to call them out, and especially the NFL. And this week, we have a couple of flags on the play, and let's actually talk about the class action lawsuit with the NFL. Which they lost right now. They're in the midst of appealing the decision, but I think they lost the decision where they're going to have to pay $4.7 billion. And I think I seen something here where that pretty much equals So if everybody that's included in that lawsuit would get a total, that was a DirecTV customer at the time, would get about like $4,000 to $5,000 each, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Hey man, that's nice, man. You just wake up and like, hey, you get a check at $4,000 or $5,000. You're like, oh damn, that's nice. I'll take that. I'll take that.
Yeah.
But if you want to get into the details, Severe, of why the NFL is in that lawsuit.
So basically, it's a class action lawsuit, which means like it's multiple parties suing that one entity, but it's an antitrust lawsuit based on the Sunday ticket. So basically, what they were saying, antitrust is that laws are in place to regulate how companies do business and to basically prevent monopolies, right? And they were saying that the NFL, the way they did the Sunday ticket was basically, it was only offered on that one particular service, which was DirecTV. And then for a person, if they wanted to watch their team, every one of their team's games, due to blackouts and all that stuff, they had to buy it. And that package includes all the other teams as well. So the fact that they only offered it on DirecTV, which eliminated competition. So not like somebody could go somewhere else and get the Sunday ticket. It can only, so if they wanted all those games, they have to have DirecTV. And if they wanted to watch all of their team's games, they have to buy that one package that was based on the price of every other team, your ability to watch every other team's games. So I think that the lawsuit started out with the bar, I want to say in the Bay Area. They started the lawsuit, and then the other parties joined on as well. And I think the NFL ended up losing, but of course that they stated that they're going to immediately appeal the decision. So this thing probably won't be resolved for quite some time. But for the time being, the NFL has taken a massive loss, and it's very telling because generally big businesses like this, they settled these lawsuits quickly. So the fact that the NFL is really fighting and not just selling it, lets me know that they really want to make sure that that they don't have to pay any of these damages, and that the way they do business isn't going to be affected by this lawsuit.
So the jury basically awarded $4.7 billion in damages to the residential class and $96 million in damages to the commercial class. Since damages can be tripled under the federal antitrust laws, the NFL could end up being liable for $14.39 billion. So, man, but the obviously the NFL is in the process of appealing this, so we'll see how it shakes out. But man, if you're in this lawsuit, man, you're getting paid. You're gonna get some change if you come out on top on this. And it seems like right now, it's not looking too good for the NFL, man. But definitely a flag on the play, man. If this is all true, which it sounds like, because they found him pretty much liable for this. Yeah. So they're definitely in trouble. So this is crazy. So hey, look, I'm all for the people getting their money, man. If they getting screwed right now, which it sounds like they did, because they had to pay all that extra money for Sunday ticket for no reason. But yeah, man, that's definitely a flag on the play. Another flag on the play is, speaking of, some BS, man. Severe, did you see that graphic of the Raiders leading the category? And I think my guy Prez mentioned what included in the as far as how much it would cost for families to go to NFL games, and obviously the Raiders led that category. And Prez, let me see if I can find his comment. He actually was listing exactly.
Yeah, the tickets, parking, 2 beers and 2 sodas. I think that was it.
Yeah.
Which is yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what it was, but yeah, but you guys get the idea, man. It's pretty much. Yes. How much it would cost for families to go, and the Raiders led that flag on a play. I got to give it. I don't like to give the Raiders a flag on a play, but I got to right now. And I'm going to show this graphic, and it's going to show pretty much the Raiders leading this. Okay, yeah, it's actually on the graphic. I'm tripping.
Okay, yeah, I got it. Yeah, it's like it's right at the top. Right at the top.
Yeah, it's literally right at the top. Yeah, right here. Okay, so let me go ahead and post this right here. And this is definitely a flag on the play. And as you guys can see, average cost per family to attend an NFL game for cheapest tickets, parking, 4 hot dogs, 2 beers, and 2 sodas. And the Raiders lead that category. If you guys can't see it, it is $1,381. They lead the NFL most expensive, which is not surprising. I'm not going to lie, but, Raiders being the most expensive ticket just in general in the NFL right now with that, one of the best stadiums in the NFL. But that being said, it sucks, man. If you're a fan of the Raiders, you want to go to the NFL game, you got to pay that much money. But guess what? Guess what, man? The cheapest ticket is the Falcons. Do we play in Atlanta this season? Do the Raiders play in Atlanta this season?
Do we? I know we probably do. We play the NFC South.
Yeah, we play Atlanta, but do we play Atlanta? Because Atlanta is basically the cheapest ticket as far as families attending a game at $293.
That's not bad.
I'm trying to think is that
that's actually a smooth deal.
That's a great deal. That is a great deal. 4 of the cheapest tickets, parking, 4 hot dogs or whatever. But the Falcons are the cheapest tickets, and if that's in Atlanta, that could be a future game that I got to show up to if it's in Atlanta. But if not,
so
I know the Raiders do play in New Orleans, right? I think that's a road game, and the Saints are actually third as far as the cheapest tickets on this list. So the Saints could be a good game for Raider fans to go to. It's a road game, so I'm just saying. I threw this out there. I told you, Severe. I'm like, we might have to go to that Saints game, man. I'm telling you, bro.
Man,
we might have to, man. It's
right around New Year's though, man. That's gonna be wild.
You think it's gonna be? You think it's gonna be super expensive around New Year's, even
around New Year's? Yeah, just to get out there, it's gonna be crazy expensive.
Yeah, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see what's up, man. I'm gonna pay attention to that. But yeah, you definitely probably have to get the the tickets and stuff like not the game tickets. I feel like you can get game tickets as it gets closer.
Yeah, it's the airfare. The airfare is gonna be because it's holiday season. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, man. So yeah, that's pretty much flag on the play. The Raiders last week it was the what was it, the outdoor seats. Tailgating seats. We had to give them a flag with $20,000 for them seats. I'm like, man, that was the cheapest. I'm like, come on. Now we see this. I'm gonna have to give them a flag. We like to keep it honest over here, man. But it is what it is. I'm gonna have to give them a flag, but we're not done yet. We're not done with the flags. We are not done with the flags. I'm gonna try to see if I can get in the chat. I see y'all coming through. Hey, man, look, hey, Raider Smoke again. What a super chat. I appreciate it. Hey, I know y'all peeped the Kelce call, coach. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and play that clip. That's funny that we like literally. It was obvious. It was obvious that game sparked the Kansas City Chiefs because ever since that game, they literally turned around their season. And what Raider Smoke is referring to is the other day, Travis Kelce was on the podcast with. Forgot what the name of the podcast was, but he was pretty much talking about that game against the Raiders on Christmas Day and how the Raiders played Grinch. And it was, hey, man, if you're a Raider fan, hey, it's good to hear, man. He was talking about how, AP had them prepared to win the game. And I'm going to see if I can find that clip. We'll actually make that a notable quotable. We'll go ahead and make that a notable quotable. And we got a couple of notable quotables. So, but yeah, man, appreciate you bringing that up, man. But, He called Coach Page. Yeah, I thought it was weird when he said it. It was like, what?
Called him Page? Come on, Doc.
Yeah, come on, man. But you know what though? That knowing Travis Kelce, because at the time he was mad.
Oh yeah,
he was super mad. Remember his brother's podcast? Him and his brother do that podcast, and like he was trying to like act like, oh man, he wasn't trying to give the Raiders credit, but now looking back. He kind of gave him a little bit more credit, but let me see if I can pull up that clip. But I appreciate the super chats, Raider Smoke, man. My guy always supporting. Let me see if I can catch up on the chat, man. The chat is going crazy right now. Hold on one second.
Wow, right now.
Hold on one second, man. Let me see if I can catch up. Man.
Yeah, the chat's going crazy. Going crazy.
Hey, man. Appreciate you coming through. My guy, let's see if I can
What's good?
Let's see if I could catch up. Sheffer says, heard a quick clip from Wilson a few weeks ago. Even sounds more confident. Yeah, 100%. We talked about it on the show here. Like, he definitely looks like a more confident player. Year two, you know what I mean? Been there, done that. So, like, hey, last year he was a rookie. Me and Severe joked all the time, like, man, he looked nervous out there. He didn't look comfortable, wide-eyed rookie. You know what I mean?
Bruh man from the fifth floor, man.
Bruh man for the fifth floor, man. If y'all know, y'all. If you know, you know, man. That's that is funny, man. Oh, you call him John Randall? Woo, that's high praise.
That is high praise right there.
That's a Hall of Famer right there, man.
Randall
high
was
praise.
a dog too.
Randall was a D tackle, right? 3 technique. Yeah, he was 3 technique.
Yeah, for the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was a dog.
Yeah, I mean, if Tyree could turn into that'd be crazy. But I think what Tyree maybe could hang on his hat on is being versatile. I think early on in his career, his ability to go from edge to, inside. And man, if Tyree could make Koonce expendable, man, that'd be huge.
I think that's what that's what the Raiders may be aiming for. Is for, hey, you know what? We keep developing Tyree, and at the end of the year, we necessarily don't have to pay Koonce. And I still want to keep Koonce, but I don't. I can understand them wanting to put that money elsewhere.
Right. And Russ says Malcolm Koonce over and under 10 sacks. I'm pushing 10.5. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go to over. I'm gonna go to over on that one. I'm going to over because I think over a full season, I'm going to over. I'm going to over, man. Just because
I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna go under. Not to say that he's gonna have a terrible season. I think like 9 sacks. I think with the addition, Maxx Crosby is gonna go crazy because he's gonna see a little bit more one-on-ones because you got inside. But then you got Koonce on the other side. And he's probably going to see even way more one-on-ones, more than he ever had, so it can go either way. But I'm going to go just by default, just because you got other guys probably joining the party. If Tyree takes that next step, if Maxx Crosby obviously just takes his game to another level just because he feels like he got dissed last year, that's going to take a little bit of those sacks away. And then obviously Christian Wilkins is going to be a factor in that pass rush too on the inside. So it's possible for him to get over 10.5. It's possible, but I'm just gonna go 9. I feel like that number, and I'm going 9. I don't know why I got that number in my head. 9 sacks coming on the other side. That's pretty good, man. That's pretty solid.
But he had 8 last year, I want to say, right? And that was basically just like that last stretch. When he really. So I think over a 17 game season, and also expect the Raiders to put up much more sack production this year than they did last year, right? I think the top teams in the league had in the 60s. I think one team even got 70 sacks. Well, I don't know if it was the Ravens or not. I think the NFL leader had like 70 sacks leading team had 70 sacks last year. So, I think if we can push that similar production, I think we can have a situation where a lot more guys are eating at the table. So where that be like Max with 20. Koonce with 10.5, 11, Christian Wilkins in that same range. Maybe Tyree chips in, gets him 9, something like that. I think we can have a situation where a lot of guys are eating. So yeah, I'm going over. I'm going over that 10. I'm going over that 10.
I hear you, but the other side to me is like, man, outside of Maxx Crosby and Koonce, who was the third pass rusher?
Last year.
This year we know. Or we know that the guy that we signed over this offseason and Christian Wilkins, he's going to be a factor in the inside. He's going to give them more one-on-ones, which in turn could probably give more production for the outside pass rushers and Koonce, especially Koonce, because he's probably going to see the most one-on-ones. But then those other guys are probably going to take the production away a little bit. And then do you think does Tyree take the next step? If Tyree's taking the next step, meaning that he's more of a factor as a pass rusher, you know what I mean? They're going to move him inside in passing downs. Every now and I think first couple of downs, just based off what we're seeing, how big Tyree is, he's coming in on obvious running downs, which is like the first down, second down. Tyree's probably going to be in the game, but Koonce did take that next step as far as stopping the run. But oh man, it's hard to say, man. It's hard to say. But I'm going 9. Severe, you going 10? You going over? I'm going under. It is what it is.
I'm going
man.
10.5, 11.
All right. We'll see, man. We might have to, we might have to put a bet on that. We might have to
maybe.
Well, let's wait until we get close to the season. We'll make some friendly bets before the season starts, man. Marty Mart says Raiders are already talking to Koonce. Hey, I hope you're right. Man. I gotta look into that a little bit more, but I hope you're right, man. I hope you're right. That will be a great sign for the Raiders' future if they can lock up one of their young pass rushers, homegrown, obviously drafted by the Raiders in the 3rd round, right? I think Koonce was drafted in the 3rd round, third.
I want to say 3rd round, yeah.
3rd round,
third
right?
round,
So
yeah. People thought we reached from there.
Yeah, that was a Mike Mayock pick, by the way. Shout out Mike Mayock.
Yeah.
So he's had some solid picks. Mike Mayock, man. I mean, he's had some cool later round picks. He just John Gruden, man. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna blame it on John. I think John really messed up like the first few rounds, and then after the first few rounds, John was like, "All right, you can get your guy out. Whoever you think we should get, we'll go get." But
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Damon Arnett was definitely Mike Mayock. that was.
He came out and said it. He took responsibility.
And that, in my opinion, look, say what you want to say about Alex Leatherwood. I think Damon Arnett was by far the worst pick we had.
Yeah.
Under that regime.
Alex Leatherwood?
Damon Arnett is worse. In my opinion, Damon Arnett is worse than Alex Leatherwood.
That's like that's like that's like
I mean, that's
Ali, that's like Ali and Mike
yeah.
Tyson right there. That's an Ali and Mike Tyson
Exactly.
fight right there. It can go either way. It can go either way, man. Maybe Mike Tyson wins, maybe.
But Damon Arnett was bad on the field and stupid off the field. Like at least Leatherwood was just no good.
Yeah, that is crazy. And we people were talking about how like we reached there in the first round. Plus, on top of that, like he was just doing all types of crazy stuff. So like we took a risk in the first round. I mean, that was tough.
And he made terrible music. So it's like, bro, you couldn't play football and you can't like he's like the defensive Darren Waller. Like
right. Nah, facts, man. But Cool Kev says Koonce needs to be 6 to 8 million range.
No, in our dreams, bro. Never in a million years is he taking that deal.
Yeah.
Never.
We might be able to get a discount if we do it now. We might be able to get a deal.
Even if we get a discount though, 6 to 8, that's not gonna cut it.
Well, let me look up. Let me go to Spot Track real quick, and I'm gonna look at like the highest paid pass rushers in the league right now, and then we'll see like where Koonce would fall under. Because when they negotiate, they for sure bring up like his numbers. They compare him to other players, his age, things like that.
Yeah.
So let me see if I can find that real quick. But 6 to 8 mil, that would be. I mean, look, and hey, Smoke, I'm gonna play that clip in just a second. Let's see if I can go to contracts here. Let's see. No, we're gonna go. Let's see. Edge rusher. Edge. Let's go edge. All right.
Yes.
So right now, currently, the highest yearly average is Nick Bosa at $34 million a year.
Yeah, bro. No way, man. Malcolm Koonce getting at least $11 and $12 million at least, bro. Just based off what he did last year.
Yeah. So let me go ahead and y'all can see this real quick. Let me see if you guys can see this. All right. So you see Nick Bosa's number 1. So I'm looking at Josh Allen, Brian Burns, Myles Garrett, Von Miller, T.J. Watt, you see our guy Maxx Crosby, top 10, number 9. Where would you think? Let's see. So Maxx Crosby right now, he's making what, $23 million average?
Yeah,
a year.
He's gonna get a pay raise though.
But I'm thinking like, where does Koonce fall under? All right, so now Harold Landry, Jonathan Greenard. I think Greenard, he got paid this offseason, I believe.
Yeah, exactly. And how much did Greenard get paid?
So he's getting $17 million a season.
Yeah. So Koonce is going to be somewhere under that, somewhere a little under that, because Greenard basically had 1 year of production with the Texans and got paid. So,
and you got to look at the age too. Greenard is like 26, I believe. Yeah. Koonce he's around that same age next season.
Around that same age.
Free agent, 26, 27.
Yeah.
So he's most likely probably going to get somewhere around here. It's going to be like in this range. But the good thing is the Raiders right now, they're not paying a quarterback. I've said this before. Like when you're not paying a quarterback, you could pay for multiple pass rushers. You can do that. You have money to do that. So, because you're not paying, you got whether it's AOC, even a guy like Minshew, he's not getting paid too much. You know what I mean? He's high end backup money, low end starter. And then on top of that, let's say if the Raiders pivot and get another young rookie QB, it's going to be on a rookie deal. So that means the Raiders could focus on other positions and pay other positions. So a guy like Koonce, that's his chance to get signed. I'm trying to look at look at Alex Highsmith. Well, let's see.
What is
so?
This?
Look. Let's go to six to 8 mil.
Was Carl Granderson getting paid?
Yeah, bro. 6 to 8 mil is not gonna get it done.
It's not gonna get it done at all, bro. That is a pipe dream.
Cause I'm looking at some of the pass rushers right here. Look at Trayvon Walker's still on his rookie deal, and he's number 26, and he's getting paid an average of I believe $9 million.
Yeah.
So you guys can't see it on the screen. Average, $9 million a year. And he's on his rookie deal. He's number 26. So DeMarcus Lawrence 13.
So what is Carl Granderson getting paid? What is Carl Granderson? I think I saw his name on that list. Or what's he getting paid?
13 mil.
Okay, perfect. That's basically so Carl Granderson for his career, right? And he's probably Malcolm Koonce probably looks very similar to this. His first year in the league, he got 1 sack. Second year, 5 sacks. His third year, 3 sacks. Next year, 5.5. Then last year, he got 8.5 sacks. So his best year in the league, where he started 17 games and played all 17 games and started 17 games, he got 8.5 sacks. Mm-hmm. That's his very best year. And he got how much?
You said how much does
he got
Carl Granderson? Let me go back
right
there real quick.
Right under Preston Smith.
So he gets an average of $13 million a season.
So that's about what Malcolm Koonce is gonna get, possibly a little bit more.
So he signed, I believe, a 4-year, $52 million contract.
Yes.
4-year, $52. He's 26 years old, so around the same age as Malcolm Koonce.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Look, hey, 6 to 8 mil. That's like a veteran minimum.
Yeah.
For a pass rusher, it depends on like the position, but I believe if I keep going down, I think Bilal Nichols is getting 7 mil. That's who's on the list right now. You got Ashawn Robinson 7.5 mil.
Yeah.
Tyree Wilson on his rookie deal. Tyree Wilson, who's on his rookie deal, first round contract, but he's getting an average of 6 mil a year, 6.25. Yeah. You see, so it's like, yeah, bro, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen.
Like these are old. Like we're in the old head range where it's like older guys or very young guys like on their very first deal. So yeah, it's gonna take more than that. And unless Koonce goes out there and lays an egg, and then if that's the case, then you probably don't want him back.
Yeah. Man, Smoke again with the super chat, man. Appreciate you, my guy. He says Leatherwood, Arnett, and Lynn Bowden. Terrible. Yeah. That was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. Like Lynn Bowden was such a weird thing. We thought he was gonna be that Swiss Army knife, slot receiver, but they wanted to turn him into a running back. It failed, and on top of that, they traded him. They traded him the same year they drafted him.
Yeah, they didn't even. I don't even think he made it. Yeah, I don't even think he made it to the regular season. I want to say
Hey,
they
that
traded
might
him
be
for
their
that.
worst pick. I think that might be their worst pick, man. I know he didn't come with that first round title, which you could,
He's a third rounder.
but to trade him, third round, and you just trade him the first year. Come on, you don't see that often.
Yeah.
You just don't see
You
that.
don't see that. But man, I think Arnett was worse though, bro. Just because there are so many people. Like there was so I want to say we took Arnett over Jalen Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
We had opportunity to take Jalen Johnson, and we took Damon Arnett. Like nobody had Damon Arnett in like the first 3 rounds, and we were like, and only that, like Damon Arnett was already like an older prospect too. I think we drafted him. He was like 23 or 24 already.
So you know what? I want to go. What year did we draft Arnett? Was it 2019? 2019. I want to see the corners that came out that year.
I know AJ Terrell. Well, that's the Jeff Okuda year. I want to say. Was it?
You know what's crazy? AJ Terrell got drafted before the Raiders could pick him, but I did hear that the Raiders were interested in Terrell. And
they were interested. I think they would have picked him because he's another Clemson guy.
Yep. And he turned out to be a pretty good player for the Falcons. But let me see if I could.
I want to say that's the Jeff Okuda year. That's Jeff Okuda, C.J. Henderson. Then it was AJ Terrell. Then it was, I want to say, Damon Arnett. Then it was Jalen Johnson.
No. It wasn't 2019.
Was that year? It wasn't 2019.
Because Jonathan Abram, Josh Jacobs, and
so it was 2020 then.
And Clean Farrell got taken. Yeah, it was 2020. Oh, it was 2020.
It was 2020 then.
So let me see. Yeah, it was a 2020 draft. And Damon Arnett got picked.
Like 19 something?
19. Yep. 19. AJ Terrell went number 16. We picked Damon Arnett number 19. Yeah. Let's see who are the players that. I'm gonna pull this.
Jalen Johnson for sure went after him. I want to say.
Let me share this real quick.
And Christian Fulton.
So you see Damon Arnett is right there.
Yeah.
AJ Terrell was number 16. Let's see the players that were picked after. Let's see. Jalen Ryer was he's a bust. Justin Jefferson.
We weren't gonna take him though because we had already taken Henry Ruggs.
Yeah.
So we weren't taking IU. Jordan Love was a guy who would have been smooth as a developmental guy, but
Damn. Yeah. The John Gruden was too bought in on Derek Carr. Damn, Jordan Brooks, Patrick
Queen, who everybody wants right now.
Damn.
Jeff Gladney turned out to be no good.
T. Higgins,
Michael
Pittman, DeAndre Swift. No, that's not. That's Xavier McKinney. He got paid this offseason. He's by the Packers.
Yeah, but I don't know.
You're not big on McKinney.
Nah.
Jonathan Taylor. Ooh,
I think that
was nice.
That was
nice.
Sweet. Antoine Whitfield Jr. Man, he's a dog. That's a guy I really like too.
So I'm trying to look at corner. So after Jalen Johnson,
we got Jalen Johnson and Trevon Diggs. People have mixed feelings
right there.
People have mixed feelings on Trevon Diggs.
Because he's more of he's not really a coverage guy. He's like a playmaker.
He's a
turnovers,
but
you could attack him basically.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And Christian Fulton.
It was some good players, man. Damn.
Christian Fulton can never stay healthy.
Let's see.
J.K. Dobbins.
I just seen
Jeremy Chin was a guy I like. Jeremy Chin was a small school guy. I like
Josh Uche. Who's Josh Uche playing for? I know he played for the Patriots. I don't
know who he played for now. That's a dude from Michigan, right?
Yeah.
I don't know who he's with right now. I know some people liked him coming out as a potential pass rusher. But
damn, the Raiders really just this hurts because it's a lot of good players, man.
Yeah.
A lot of good players, man. And hopefully, that changes with the new regime, with Telesco, with his history, of being pretty good in the early rounds. But yeah, I just wanted to look at that real quick. Man, look, let's get back into the chat, man. Appreciate my guy Ready to Smoke, man. I appreciate the super chat once again. Man, the chat is going crazy. Let me see if I can catch up to y'all. Theo says Koonce is gonna get 10 to 20 million a year.
Yeah, somewhere in that range, depending on what he does this year, but he'll be in that range.
Yeah, no, facts. How many rings did the Chargers got? I don't know. 0? None? They haven't won a Super Bowl, right? Yeah, let's.
Yeah, their phone is on silent. It's to get no rings.
Man, Johnny says Koonce should get 12 mil. Yeah. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
But then you got to think, like, how long is that contract?
4 years. 4 years.
But do you think, like, a guy like Koonce, do you think that he signs a long-term deal where at that type of money? Because if you think about it, he could be like, you know what? I think I can get paid. Yeah.
So how? Depending on how old
like
is he?
2 to 3. If he signs a 2 to 3 year deal,
yeah,
20.
I can see him signing a 3-year deal and then going back into the market and trying to get another big deal after that.
Yeah. Now it can happen for sure, man. But let's move it along, man. We got stuck talking about Actually, you know what? We actually got one more flag on the play, man. I really don't want to talk about this, man, because this is pretty disgusting.
This is disgusting, bro. It's
it's allegedly, if this is true, man, you hate to see it, man. This is definitely a flag on the play. This is our third one. We've been doing 3 flags on the play. There's a lot of flags, man. A lot of flags, man. We don't like to throw a lot of flags, man. If we're referees, man, we don't want to call that many flags, but it's a lot of stuff going on around the NFL that we don't agree with. And this one is kind of a little bit close to home because if you're a Raider fan, you know who that quarterback from LSU is, man. We drafted him number 1 overall. JaMarcus Russell was in the news the other day, and for all the wrong reasons. He, I guess,
he's prone to be.
From what it sounds like, he was given a check for about, what was it, like 70,000, 75,000? It was around there.
77,000, I think.
No, it's 74,000. It was and someone gave him a check. It was a local business owner, Chris Knowles. He gave a check to JaMarcus Russell to donate to his high school that he was coaching at the time.
Yes.
And I guess Russell never donated it to the high school. And what ended up happening is that he cashed the check and got at least $55,000 out that check. And Knowles being concerned because Russell didn't return any of his calls. This is all like according to what I was able to find out about the whole situation. Hopefully it's not 100%. Hopefully it's not 100% true. But lastly, he was dismissed as a coach, where Russell was volunteering as a coach at his local high school, the high school that he pretty much came out of and put on the map. And man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. So the Knowles is actually not the person that's suing him. It's the credit union that's suing him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
because they actually cashed him out the full amount or that amount, and Knowles stopped. Yeah. He stopped the payment because he didn't hear from Russell. He reached out to the high school, and the high school confirmed that they didn't receive the check. So they reached out to the high school to see if it was connected. Him not coaching and him being dismissed was connected to the money, but they no comment. You know what I mean? I'm sure it's still still in the court system right now, so they probably don't want to talk too much about it. But I hope it's not true, man. It's not a good story, man. Like, and it's not the good man. This is crazy. This is crazy if it's true, man. What are your thoughts, man, on this JaMarcus Russell situation?
So first thought is that this fool got fired from a volunteer job, bro. Like he was volunteering, and they fired him. Like, bro,
it's for sure because it's for sure because of the money. It's for sure.
Oh, bro, for sure. It's not like they was paying, dude. He was volunteering, bro. You was working for free, and they fired you still, bro. So that's obviously, and that's just the worst thing. Like you hear a story, basically. JaMarcus Russell, he's volunteering coach at this high school. He reaches out to this, like you said, reaches out to this local business owner and says, you know what, hey, this high school needs more gym equipment and weight room equipment. Can you help fund it? And the guy's like, oh yeah, I'll fund it. So I don't know why this dude like wrote the check in JaMarcus Russell's name. It was what I'm assuming happened. But dude put the check in the account, and he was asking for proof that like the stuff got purchased and got bought, and JaMarcus Russell wasn't returning his calls. He never provided evidence, so he put a stop on the check. So basically, what happened is that the bank sued JaMarcus Russell, but JaMarcus Russell, I think he's going to continue the con. He's suing the guy. He's suing the guy, saying for the guy stopping the check.
Yeah.
But the bank is suing JaMarcus, so it's just a wild story, bro. And it's worth. It's like you stealing money from kids, bro. That's nasty.
But check this out, man. This is a quote from the public school officials that this is what they said in a statement. They said, I think at the time when they dismissed Russell as a coach for the high school, he said earlier this week it was reiterated to Mr. Russell that he's not permitted to be around the football program or on the school campus. So you already know it's because of this situation. Yeah. Like when you say stuff like this and you're volunteering and you're a former, NFL quarterback and you're a big time quarterback coming out of high school. I'm sure like probably the biggest player that came out of high school, national, him going to LSU and, winning, was it the Sugar Bowl? I believe he won with them. So he was able to, so a former number one pick. So, but for them to come out and say that, it's kind of, it's definitely I feel like it's connected. They didn't confirm that it's connected, but it seems like it is. But hopefully this is all not true. I hope this is not true, but we gotta say we gotta say that it's a flag. For right now, it's definitely a flag.
Definitely. A dude made like $39 million in his NFL career, something like that, bro. But man, like as we see though, bro, you see what he did with the money that we gave him, right? Trusting JaMarcus Russell with some money is like trusting Matt Stafford's wife with the backup quarterback, bro. You just,
oh man,
you don't do it, bro. You don't do it.
Man, you took it there, man. SoCal South's Bowden was more of a plastic knife. Damn facts. Yeah, I mean, the way the Raiders were using them, they were trying to use him at running back for sure. Plastic knife.
Man,
Cool Kid says, this is definitely sarcasm. Lynn Bowden is a high character guy. You know what they try to do? They try to make it seem like, and this is according to Lynn Bowden, actually. They try to make it seem like he had hella issues off the field, this, that, and the third. And like Lynn was like, well, what's going on? And he's actually close with some of the players. I think he was close with Henry. Well, this is kind of a bad example, Henry Ruggs. Exactly. But he was close to players on the team. And I think the Raiders realized they made a mistake, and they were like, man, but it's crazy for them to admit a mistake and just give up that soon. Usually they give it time, but like they gave up on it like quickly, which was crazy. Yeah. But it is what it is. Let's see if we can get into the chat. People want to talk. I'm trying to catch up with the chat right here, bro. But they're talking about Lynn Bowden. There were some serious character issues about him, which is why we traded him mainly. Yeah, but then there's always two sides to every story, and just hearing Bowden, he was like, man, like a lot of that was untrue. Like he didn't really have any issues. It was just coaches weren't really huge fans of him. They probably didn't. They lost faith in him. They lost belief in him, and they just end up trading him. So, it is what it is, man. But let's see if we can get people talking about.
I think the big thing that happened with Bowden, remember like it was that thing where his grandma's house got raided.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was one of the big things that happened, and like that kind of spooked people. And the bad thing about the Bowden, not to rehash this big, but they tried to do all this, and it was like during COVID. So they tried to draft a guy, completely put him at a new position during COVID when it was like limited practices and all this stuff. So that wasn't really the time to do it. So I think we ended up trading him to Miami for Waquan McMillan, and he ended up being trash too. So it just ended up being just a complete waste.
Right, man. So, I'm trying to catch up with the chat right here. Space Beast Koonce says, 17 mil, 4 years, 60 guaranteed. Okay.
I can see that.
You already know that contract. it's probably gonna be like 2 to 3 years. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Every time I see a contract, I just take off like 2 years. Usually they don't really guarantee the past like the third or fourth year, depending on how long that contract is. But unless you're a quarterback, if you're a quarterback, they're pretty much going to be guaranteeing the entire contract to make sure they stay with that team.
I think he's going to want more guaranteed than that. He's going to probably want at least a little more guaranteed, like 21, 22 guaranteed. But
appreciate it, man.
At least like he's getting 11 million. If he gets 22 guaranteed, like he's getting 11 mil.
Man, JaMarcus is into check cashing bit.
Yo, man, what I saw, the funniest comment I saw was that somebody was like, they should have put that money in a box label film. He would have never touched it.
Damn, man. Cool kids. JaMarcus said, fuck them.
Man, facts.
Because that's literally where it was going. The money was going to go to the school. So obviously it's going to go to, I'm sure like the sports program, just school overall, I'm sure. But yeah, that's like a weird situation, man. Like I don't, man. Hopefully everything. I hope it's not true. That's all I'm gonna say. Damn, y'all going in on JaMarcus right now.
Man, this is pent up anger.
Yeah. Did you? Hey, look. Hey, what did you? This is hella off topic, but just going back to JaMarcus. What did you think of that Pivot podcast? I don't think we ever spoke about that. Remember when he was on the Pivot podcast, he was talking about his side of the story and how it went down for him when he came to the Raiders. What did you think of that podcast interview, JaMarcus? Y'all,
so
happened like last year, right? I believe it was last year, right? I think it was last year.
To be completely honest with you, bro, I never watched that shit. I never watched anything.
You didn't watch it?
No, bro, I was not watching. I didn't want to hear this full excuse. I mean, I saw highlights of it and some of it, and some of what he was saying, I can feel, right? I think that, and these are for the people that are like the AOC people, the Aiden O'Connell people. I think JaMarcus Russell was put into the worst possible situation that a guy can be in with not Dennis Allen, Lane Kiffin as his head coach when Lane Kiffin didn't want him. So basically at that point, it was basically a grudge match between Lane Kiffin and Al Davis, and Lane Kiffin was going to do basically all he could to ensure that JaMarcus Russell wasn't a success, if for nothing else than to prove to Al Davis that he shouldn't have drafted the number 1 overall. Because from the stories were that Lane Kiffin was built iffy about the pick. First he wanted Brady Quinn, then he wanted somebody else, and then he finally settled on Calvin Johnson like late in the process. And by that time, Al Davis was like, bro, you ain't made up your mind. And he watched that game, the championship game, or I think it was a Sugar Bowl, where JaMarcus Russell was just dropping bombs all over Notre Dame. I think he was throwing past like the early Doucette and somebody else. He was just killing those fools. He was like, yo, that's my quarterback. So, I think I blame Lane Kiffin is partly to blame for it. I think if he would have stuck with Calvin Johnson in the beginning and made that his pick, I think we would never pick JaMarcus Russell. Calvin was the guy who I wanted. But at the end of the day, man, JaMarcus Russell he's responsible for his own career, and he could have made a way out of no way. And the fact that he didn't keep himself in shape, he didn't study hard, he didn't do any of those other things. So despite the situation he was in, he didn't even hold up his end of the bargain. So I mean, he has nobody to blame for his failures but himself, to be honest with you.
Yeah, for me, I watched it, and there's always gonna be two sides to every story. You know what I mean? I don't put all the blame on players. At the end of the day, yeah, I do believe in accountability. You got to be accountable for yourself, but also there's always going to be context. I feel like people like to judge situation they'll look at things from a surface level. Subconsciously, they just always do this. They'll look at what they see, automatically make a judgment. And with JaMarcus Russell, with the Raiders, let's be honest, the Raiders have not been a good organization for a long time. You know what I mean? We feel like it's turning around a little bit, But if you guys remember the late, great Al Davis, them later years, they were some tough years because we were making dysfunctional moves. Even you just talking about how JaMarcus got drafted. There shouldn't be a situation where the team or coaching staff is drafting the most important position on the football field in quarterback, and the coaching staff doesn't fully believe in the player. That's a recipe for disaster. Like, especially quarterbacks, they need They need that support. Players need that infrastructure, which the Raiders did not have. We had a lot of instability with the coaching staff. We had a lot of instability in the building. And it's tough because you got like a JaMarcus Russell. If he went to a different type of situation, because he wasn't built strong enough to overcome that.
Nah.
It's clear.
No.
There are some guys they're just, you put them anywhere, they're good. But JaMarcus needed to go to like a team like the Patriots or something like that, or
Exactly.
you know what I mean, where they will hold you accountable. They will teach you how to be an NFL pro. They're not going to take none of that, whatever he was doing off the field. You know what I'm saying? And and at the end of the day, it is on JaMarcus, but the Raiders didn't do him any favors in like.
Nah. I was saying
they treated him like a spoiled, like they literally gave him. At the time, I believe they made him like the highest paid first round pick. Remember, he held out. I believe at the time, and after that, I think that's when the NFL kind of changed the rules a little bit.
Yeah, they changed it. They put in a rookie raise scale. I mean, some people call it the JaMarcus Russell rule because like he held out. I think he held out. I think he was the first player to hold out into the season. So he ended up missing that first game. Got that big deal. I want to say $60 million, 6 years, $61 million, something crazy like that. I think $37 million of it was guaranteed, if I recall correctly. So something in that range. But back then, that was like stupid money. Nowadays, it's like that's nothing. Like what? That's all you paying? But back then, that was crazy money. And yeah, he basically did nothing with it, man. But yeah, man, like it's a lot of stuff going on with JaMarcus Russell. He needed a much stronger foundation around him to be successful. Like, yeah, I think his uncle that's basically kind of raised him died around that time too. So, it's very similar to like Mike Tyson. You think of Mike Tyson early in his career, he was knocking everybody out. He was heavyweight champion of the world, all that stuff. And then Cus D'Amato died, and then he started surrounding himself with like hangers on and, started messing with these wrong people. And they kind of took advantage of him, and Mike was never the same. I mean, that's basically was JaMarcus Russell from the beginning. Like, once his uncle died, that was probably like the only positive influence he had in his life. So after that, it was, it was all downhill from there.
Yeah. No, and Johnny says on Pivot, he blames everyone but himself. Even lean was placed on his hands. Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit of that, but hey, at the end of the day, I don't think the Raiders were built to take a player like JaMarcus Russell, that type of player. We're supremely talented, but need the right infrastructure to be successful. And we see it all the time. Like look, Randy Moss came to the Raiders, and literally, like the NFL thought he was done.
Yeah, he basically quit because it was such a bad situation. He quit,
bro. But I'm just saying this: how bad like the Raiders, like at the time, like he just quit. But a guy like Bill Belichick was able to be like, you know what? I think if you come play for us, I think you're gonna. He ended up getting 20-something touchdowns that first year with New England, something crazy.
And we got John Bowie.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about something else, man. Let's talk about something else. Tony Shepard says Megatron. Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. Like I really wanted the Raiders to draft him just because it was just crazy. Like his measurables from him being 6'5", 4'3", speed, 40+ inch vertical. He was a productive college player. He just looked like he was gonna be that guy. But I like the receiver position. So, and at the time we had no receivers. Like we didn't have a number one receiver. And I understand the quarterback position is important, but I wasn't really sold on the JaMarcus Russell or at the time Brady Quinn. I was just like,
I remember exactly what I wanted that draft for. I remember. I remember that's like the first year. That's the first year I really started like super paying attention to the draft. I was always like paying attention. That was the first year I super started paying attention because two of my favorite players were in that draft, and it was JaMarcus Russell and it was Troy Smith from Ohio State. So I wanted us to draft JaMarcus Russell in round 1 and then draft Drew Stanton in round 2 or draft Troy Smith in round 3. But Megatron was always the pick for me. And but neither one of those guys ended up being good quarterbacks either way. So it didn't really matter. But they was better than JaMarcus Russell.
But yeah, man, hey, let's move it along, man. We've been on that was a big flag on the play. That wraps up flag on the play, man. If it's true, man, it's definitely a huge flag on the play, man. That's not something that we want to see anybody do, man. It's just to steal like that, especially from the place that really supports you. Like they like your own high school. I'm sure LSU, but man, I hope it's not true, man. But it's from what it sounds like, it's not looking too good. But let's move it on, man. Notable quotables. It's that time where we play quotes that we want to play out. And shout out to Raider Smoke. We almost forgot about this, man. But this is so the other day, Kelce was talking about a big pivotal moment in their season, and he talked about that Christmas game, which wasn't surprising. They went on a run right after that. And the Raiders were able to play Grinch on Christmas, and he talks about like how tough a team that I was gonna say Paul Pierce, Antonio Pierce was able to build with the Raiders, and you could just tell like they wanted to win. And I'm gonna say less, and I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip real quick.
We got our ass beat by the fucking Raiders on Christmas.
The Raiders
fucking ruined Christmas, motherfuckers. God, dude, Pace he had those dudes ready to brawl right there on the field.
They are kind of taking old school Raiders mentality.
100%, man, and I love that shit. And I was like, man, if we play with that kind of edge or that kind of like toughness, that kind of like don't fuck with us mentality, like we won't be stopped.
Yeah,
and it's just kind of it ended up like that. But that Raiders game was definitely one of the turning points for sure.
Good happen.
Hey, man, it was kind of obvious, man. They went on a run after that.
Yeah,
they went on a run, and we smacked them in the face. The Raiders, you know what I mean? They smacked them in the face. It's a very physical game. It wasn't an offensive game, especially on the Raiders' part. It was the defensive game for the Raiders, and they were able to pretty much shut down Patrick Mahomes, that offense. They were obviously, you seen Kelce throwing fits on the sideline. On his podcast, he wouldn't give the Raiders credit. He's definitely mad. His own brother was saying like, "Nah, they beat y'all." You know what I mean? Yeah. Y'all didn't give that game. They took that game, and now Kelce, months later after winning the Super Bowl, he admits that yes, they took it. The Raiders definitely took it to the Chiefs, and it was a big turning point on their season. So, man, that makes us as Raider fans of the team that follow the Raiders excited about next season and what it's going to look like. A full off season with Pierce as the head coach and him to build this team in his vision, especially with the new coaching staff and a lot of moving parts, and then a third year in that defense. I want to see what it looks like, man. Because I feel like we kind of know what this team is going to look like under Pierce, meaning that like it's going to be a physical football team, probably a defensive team from what it looks like, if you want to be honest. But what were your thoughts on the comments when you heard Kelce talk about that big game on Christmas?
Yeah, man. As Raider Smoke said, this fool called him Pace. Like, ain't that salsa? Ain't like Pace picante, some kind of salsa you can get? Yeah, I mean, I can feel where Travis Kelce was talking about like during the season, because as I stated before, like especially when you're in the heat of the battle and the bullets are like, you're still in the middle of your season. You never want to admit that another team was better than you. So you always want to say, hey, you know what? It's not about what they did, it's about what we didn't do. So I think that was kind of where he was coming from. So I'm not mad at him taking that stance. And now that they've won the Super Bowl, of course, now he can say like, oh, well, you know what, hey, it was them. So, but hey, you know what? These hands is free. So, they got an opportunity to get them twice. They got to get them twice next year too, man. So, we always run that back. And I think this is going to be, and just hearing how Antonio Pierce had the team, fired up and ready. I'm anxious and excited to see what he's able to do with the full off season and the kind of the team being built more so in his vision. So I'm excited, man. I am excited.
Yeah, definitely. And when you see players talk about Pierce and the Raiders and how they like, and you know what? As much as we don't like the Chiefs and Kelce and all that, we've heard Kelce kind of been more. We've heard Kelce give compliments to the Raiders. As much as he was mad and butthurt that they lost, there were times, I remember when that year when the Raiders beat KC in Kansas City with John Gruden John Gruden led head coach. And even that game in Las Vegas, that was actually a pretty good game. Probably, to be honest with you, that might have been one of the best games I've seen Derek Carr play.
Yeah, he played. Especially
I don't know if you
Chiefs.
remember that. People talk about that first game against the Chiefs, but that Chiefs game in Las Vegas, that was a pretty good game. But defensively, we were just terrible.
Jonathan Abram cost us that game.
Man, Abram. Yeah, that was a game where Mahomes stepped up, and then Abram overreacts, and and he obviously he's playing zone, and he leaves his area, and then boom, Kelce wide open touchdown. The rest is history. If y'all remember that game, that was in like 2020, I believe. But that was actually a pretty good game. But but hey, hopefully it's a different story this year, this time around, because now the Raiders have a defense. We're just hoping that that we get solid quarterback play. Offense looks good, especially with the weapons that we have. So we'll see. We'll see, man. But that was a good notable quotable over the weekend, man. Shout out to Raider Smoke for bringing that up, man. And we got another one right here, and this is Max actually from talking to the media after the pass rush summit or the sack summit.
Vaughn says it every time. It's about linking and learning, and if you could take one thing and apply it, it could take you to take your game to another level. So for me, I learned from Rob Marinelli, constant, never-ending improvement. And for me, I come here with an open mind and just be a sponge of information and try to take at least one thing or three things or five, how many things I can do and actually go and work and practice that and apply it and have it translate to my game. So I've learned so much over the years. I've been coming here for, I think, 5 years now. So, yeah, just an honor to be a part of it. Vaughn says it every time. It's about linking and learning. And
hold on, let me clear this out in the chat right here. It's so simple. Trolls, if you're doing too much, you got to go. You got to go.
Got to get up out of here.
And you go. Just like that. Just like that. So simple. It's so simple. It's gone. Doing shad. All right, come on. All right, let's whew. That is you doing terrible. Just coming in like, what are you doing with your life? All right.
Man.
So what are reactions to Max talking about the value of pass rush summit? We talked about it a little bit earlier, but what are your thoughts on the comment, the clip here?
Man, like we kind of alluded to earlier, man, that's what it's all about, just to find that, that one nugget. Sometimes that one little nugget is all a guy needs to take his game to the next level. So that's why I'm so glad that there are so many Raiders represented there, because all those guys are getting that information. They're learning from some of the best pass rushers in the game, where there's guys like Von Miller, guys like Cam Jordan. Of course, they hear it from Max every day, but just hearing it, sometimes you're hearing it from people that are close to you. It doesn't land the same, but then you hear it from a guy that's, in a different situation or in a different team, or maybe it's a guy, maybe you hold Von Miller in higher regard, or maybe that's a guy you modeled your game after, or he's closer to your size or your build. Hey, maybe the stuff Max teaches you can't really execute because of how he plays the game or because of, your physical limitations. So you're there with the guy that's closer to you, and you can take some of the things he does and apply it to your game and kind of, help elevate your game and take it to another level. So I think it's real important, and I'm happy we have so many guys there, whether it be young guys, old guys. I think it's going to be invaluable. Max talked about how important it was to his career. So I think that, just having those guys there, hopefully they can take what they learned there and apply it to the season.
Yeah, and I hope it's going to be interesting who takes that next step this year. Who's going to be the surprise player on this team? Who's going to be, we know what we're going to expect from Maxx Crosby. At this point, we know what he's going to do because he's a great player. Great players are consistent. We know what to expect from them. Is it going to be a career year, or is it going to be is he going to match last year's numbers? We'll see. But who's going to be the surprise player on the team? Offense, defense. But right now we're talking about the defense. And guys on the D-line, is it going to be a Tyree Wilson? Is he going to be that? Because no one's really talking about him. We're kind of talking about him a little bit, but we're kind of everybody's kind of being a little bit conservative on what they think Tyree Wilson is going to do next year. Like, I don't know, because we've seen that get off. We've seen him he didn't look like a guy that, oh man, he doesn't look like a number 7 pick, just right off the gate. It's kind of hard to project him a little bit, but then you see that he's learning from guys like Maxx. That could be a guy. Koonce, I feel like Koonce is kind of a popular pick right now, like just because he had a big second half in the season. What he finished with, like 8, 9 sacks.
8. I think 8.5. I think I want to say
8 sacks. Yeah, and I think is this Morig's last year on his rookie deal? I think so.
I believe so. Yes.
So does he take the next step and be a playmaker out there? Meaning like all those deflections that he's able to get, being a solid player, making a solid play on the ball. Does that turn into interceptions now? Does he start making a lot more plays where he's forcing more turnovers? We've seen the impact that Marcus Epps was able to have on that defense, especially Morig. And if you remember, Epps was able to make some plays. Like he was able to force some turnovers, a few like fumbles that he was able to cause. Like
knocked Justin Jefferson out of that game.
Knocked Justin Jefferson out the game. If you know what I mean, you made it. Would you say that last time? You said like if Jefferson would have played, it would have been 10-0 instead of 3-0.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the way the Raiders offense was playing that game was terrible. But
nasty.
It is what it is, man. Let's see. We got another one here. Hold on 1 second. My bad.
Yeah, another guy in there. But yeah, man. I don't know, man. In terms of guys taking the next step, I don't. Even though he wasn't at the Pass Rush Summit, I like Adam Butler. To as a rotational piece, to not necessarily be like a big numbers guy, but I think he'll have a nice impact on the team, especially I think he took Tyree under his wing last year, kind of helped him at D tackle. So I think he can make an impact next year.
Man, hey, look, Patriots. Hey, we got Patriots fans here. As much as we hate the Patriots here, all right. Hey, he says as a Patriots fan, I have a ton of respect for the Raiders because my little brother's a Raiders fan. Okay, respect, man. Came here respectfully. Let us know. Like, hey, all right, we'll take it. But hey, look, at the end of it, I still hate the Patriots. I'll be honest.
Yeah, man. Sorry, can't lie to you. Right?
Can't lie to you, man. I can't lie to you. But hey, much respect, man. Appreciate you coming through. Yeah, man. Hey, look, it's been a great show, man. We do got one more thing here, and I believe this is to piggyback off Tyree Wilson. And I was talking about it earlier. We talked about him earlier in the show about how, he's looked like he's been working out all off season, putting a lot of time and effort in that in that weight room. I believe this is gonna be what's real, what's not. And if y'all joining us, man, y'all don't know what this is, man. We're going to say a statement. And in that statement, we react to it and say if it's real or not. Yes. And in this first statement right here, Tyree will see more snaps on the interior than at DN or edge. Is that real or is it not?
And I'm going to say... I'm going to say not. I'm going to say not real. I think it's going to be a fairly even split. And I think that he's bulking up in preparation to play inside a lot. But I think, we always hear I think Antonio Pierce say it. I believe you heard Patrick Graham say it as well. And I think Robbie Leonard mentioned it as well. It's like you want to be able to send those pass rushers at people in waves. And we know Christian Wilkins is probably never leaving the field because I think he was one of the highest snaps last year. And Maxx Crosby is never leaving the field either. So, I think Tyree Wilson is going to kind of get time in between Malcolm Koonce and John Jenkins in that space. But I just think that Adam Butler is a better player than Janarius Robinson. So I think that he's going to get more time spelling Malcolm Koonce on the outside than he will be spelling John Jenkins on the inside. So I think Adam Butler is going to get some run in there, and I think Tyree is going to spend a lot more time spelling Malcolm Koonce.
So you think that he's going to get more snaps at DN at edge?
Yeah.
Which I agree because that's going to be his natural position. He's probably going to be there like I talked about earlier on early downs, first down, second down. and most likely he's not gonna go in the interior. As much as he's putting a lot of work in the weight room, he looks bigger, even bigger than John Jenkins. Just looking at the side by side, I think he's only gonna be in the inside in obvious passing situations, which is like third down, third and long, which is gonna happen throughout the game, but not all the time. And his natural position is DN, and I'm gonna lean towards. I agree with you when it comes to that. I think that's real. I think that I think the original statement was more time at interior. I think so. It's not real.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
it's not real. So he's not gonna see more time in the interior. He's not gonna see more time. I think it's gonna be at DN just because he's gonna play that first backup after Koonce, because Koonce is gonna start. And the thing about Koonce, him getting better at stopping the run, that's what kind of makes it a little bit close, because like, when does Koonce really come off the field? Like, if he's gotten better as a run stopper at DN, like, we know that his skill set is, pass rushing from the other side, right? Like, and he's stopping the run now. So guys like Koonce, man, they're gonna have to find ways to get on the field, and like, it's gonna be close. We're gonna see how shit. Yeah, but if just looking at Tyree Wilson, man, if it's second down and 1, second down 2, third down and 1, they're gonna put him on the outside, and he's gonna be that guy. Like, at least early on, I believe he should be a good run stopper. Like early on, I think that got to be his something he can hang his hat on. As a pass rusher, is wait and see. So we'll see how it shakes out. Russ says, Johnny Rocket says, they say Tyree built himself up this offseason looking like Mr. Olympia. Yeah. We actually showed a picture earlier in the show, man. He looks like he put in a lot of work. Russ says, I got Zamir White taking a big step this year. Just hope he can stay healthy. Otherwise, we may be in trouble. Zamir White is one of the biggest X factors on his team. Yeah. Just because we know what the quarterback situation looks like. We know what type of offense most likely we're going to have. And Zamir White plays a big part of that offense being effective. Just because if you're going to have all those tight ends on the football field, you're going to have that ability to run the ball. And if you can run that football, then you're going to see a whole lot of Michael Mayer, and, obviously our first round pick in Brock Bowers. But if we can't run the ball, and it's just going to be even tougher to get those guys involved. It's going to make it really obvious that even though we have 2 tight ends on a football field and, we're playing 12 personnel, it's like, all right, they're probably going to pass. They're probably, they're going to probably put like different players on a football field because they don't respect that the Raiders can run the football. So Zamir White has to be that guy this year. Hopefully he will. Man.
Yeah, I've been saying all he needed was a chance. I've been saying that for a while. So now he has his chance, man. So we shall see. It's time for him to, hey, make good on all that stuff I've been talking about him. So we'll see what he does, man. See what he does. It's gonna be a committee system either way. But I think he is the head. He is the head of the spear. So I think he is going to be the focal point of it. But I still think that we go with the committee.
Hey, Daniel, I think I can see Adam Butler and Tyree on the inside in third and long. I can see that happening.
Christian Wilkins, though.
Oh, damn, I forgot about Christian Wilkins. My bad. I take that back.
Yeah.
My bad. Yeah, Christian Wilkins. Yeah.
So if it's like if it's third down, it's gonna be Crosby, Tyree, Christian Wilkins, and Koonce out there on obvious passing downs, as you said earlier.
Yeah, and then you got to think about it this way too. Pierce comes from that NASCAR package type of defense too as well.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to see Tyree go on the inside. Like, that's going to be a fact, and you could tell by like his size. He's trying to prepare himself for the role that he's going to play next season. So, but we'll see how it shakes out. But I think it's mostly, like, I agree with you, Severe. I think he's going to be more on the outside just because he plays that first backup at DN, and then secondary will be him coming off. Coming on third down as an inside interior. He's not going to be there on first, second, And if, I'm not gonna, even if it's like 3rd down and 3, like they're not gonna put unless Tyree Wilson is out there dominating against the run. It doesn't matter where they put him. Then, sheesh. But we'll see. We'll see. But I think they're gonna have him on the outside if it's 3rd down and short, more than 3rd down and inside. Like, you know what I mean? So we'll see, man. We'll see how it shakes out. Let's get into the chat, man, real quick. Marty Mark calling all NFLs. We must stop the KC Queeves at all costs. No 3-peat or surpass the. Yeah, man. Whew. I do not want to see the Chiefs repeat. I don't want to see them break any type of records. But I don't think it's gonna happen. You know why? This always happens when we see all these types of distractions. Usually teams don't win. And when I mean distractions, if you guys have been following along this offseason, the Chiefs have been having a lot of players in the news, man, for all the wrong reasons.
That's
so, they do have a great quarterback in Patrick Mahomes, but they got a lot of things going on.
That is a difference, though. I've never seen a guy like Patrick Mahomes, man. And like you said, we talk about all the time, man. Like Patrick Mahomes, it's not just Patrick Mahomes, but it's Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. Mm-hmm. That combination together, they've overcome. Like people said, last year was supposed to be a rebuilding year, and what they do, they won a Super Bowl, or the year before, rather, supposed to be a rebuilding year, and they won a Super Bowl. So, like as much as I hate to say it, man, you can never count those guys out, unfortunately.
Yeah, Johnny. Hey, we agree. Yeah, we 100%. But we agree. Let's see. Salaga says White, to be frank, did look better than Jacobs at the end of the year. Not saying he's better, but
yeah.
Hey, man,
I'm right there with you.
4 games.
I make the same point.
I hope you're right, man. But 4 game sample size over Josh Jacobs' career as a running back for the Raiders that's hard to compare. But hey, look, Zamir White did play well at the end of the season. Hopefully, he carries that on to next season. So. We'll see, man. He plays a big, huge role, and the reason why I say that it's going to be on Zamir White because outside of Zamir, it's not a lot of expectations as far as like what we can get from the other running backs. A little bit,
yeah.
Maybe Dylan Lobby, but can you really expect rookie? He's going to have some time to develop and get his feet wet, so to speak, at that position. He's going to play that 3rd down role, but. But as far as running the football, maybe Madison gets comfortable as a backup running back because usually that's where he's been productive as kind of like that role player. Not as a starter, but as a role player. So hopefully that makes a difference. So we'll see how that shakes out. Daniel Kim, man, hey, shout out to you, man. Yeah, Howie just talking from the end of his career, looking backwards and trying to conserve the body for longevity of career, and maximizing his time playing and being wise at the same time.
Yeah, I think he's talking about just, getting Tyree sometime, not playing Max all these snaps, kind of preserving his body, and which is why we're kind of going to go to that.
What's crazy watching that Howie and Max interview. It was crazy, and I think Severe's frozen real quick. So we'll wait for him to come back. But it was crazy because when I was watching it, man, like when Howie Long was talking about like what it took to prepare for the game and how like they didn't really have all the technology that Maxx Crosby had. And Max was trying to make a point like, you got to do so much to get ready for the game and all that type of stuff. And Howie was just laughing and saying that, oh, man, at the end of the day, like, we didn't have none of that. We just showed up to the game, which is crazy to even think about. Man, football was just a whole different game back in the day, man. It's a gladiator sport. Mr. Marty Mart, sounds like we're going to rotate on D-line. Even Howie Long asked Max to take some plays off. Yeah, facts. And we have the luxury to do that. The Raiders have the luxury because I feel like D-line is probably the deepest position group on the football team, or at least on defense.
Facts.
Actually, at least on defense. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know. Can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly, but you're frozen.
I don't know why I'm frozen, bro. I don't know why I'm frozen. It's wild.
it's all good. We're gonna wrap it up in a second. I just wanted to get through the chat real quick, man. I appreciate everybody supporting. Let's see, man. Hey, no, Space Beast, great show, guys. Yeah, man. Hey, look, appreciate everybody coming through, man. Make sure to clock in, and at this point, clock out. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. 415, bro. Hey,
there we go.
Hey, man, look. He says, yo, P, your YouTube channel up again so I can bum rush yours. Hey, 415, big time Niner fan. Hey, you've been on here consistently, man. You might as well be a Raider fan. Come on. Just join the dark side. It's all good. It's all good, man. Hey,
Come on, bro.
You're good now. I think you're good. Right. Your stuff is working right now. But, hey, look, we appreciate everybody coming through. It's been a great show. Hey, look, like we said to start the show, it literally less than a month to go until the NFL season. I mean, not NFL season, but training camp.
Training camp.
And this is where we start hearing about all the position battles. We're going to get into all of that, the top position battles. So look forward to future shows. We're going to be here next week, next Monday nights, man. We appreciate the night crew coming through and supporting us. If you can, man, if the least you can do, man, hey, just hit that like button. It really means a lot. So we keep coming back. Hit that like button, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, we're going live on both our channels. So if you're subscribed to me, hey, make sure and you're not subscribed to Severe, make sure to head over to his channel and subscribe to his channel as well. And vice versa. You know, we appreciate the support. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Because the notification bell, what it will do, it'll notify you when we go live. Because sometimes I hear like, oh, man, we missed your live and this and the third. But you hit that notification, you'll be guaranteed, especially because we go Monday nights. We don't have a set time. You know, we got a lot of things going on outside of YouTube, but we're here every Monday. That's a guarantee. We're pretty much here every Monday, unless something happens. But we're consistent every week, but we appreciate the support. We love having this conversation with Raider Nation. And hey, look, it's gonna be a lot to talk about, especially as we get close to training camp. Like I said, be on the lookout. We're gonna be talking about position battles and all that good stuff. Hey, appreciate it. 415. Hey, just admit it, man. You're a Raider fan.
You're a Raider fan,
bro. You're a Raider fan, man.
You're a Raider fan.
It's all good, man. You're a Raider fan.
Like,
hey.
Look, it's okay, man. It's okay.
It's cool, man. The Niners. It's just. It's not it, bro.
What do you say on the other show? On other show, like 415 is a Raider fan, man. He told me. He told me himself.
Oh yeah, for real. Yeah, you for sure. That's funny. Oh man, hey man, and this last comment is disgusting.
Exactly, bro.
You seen that shit? Oh,
you trying to end on a positive note.
Hey man, man, appreciate you, Raider Nation. Vic, man, just found you guys. I'll be here more. Hey, I appreciate it. Come through, man. We gonna talk about the Raiders every week on Monday. 50-50 show. Hopefully, we'll be able to be back here again with our guy Big Mike this week, so we'll just be on the lookout for that. Usually we drop that, around Thursday, Friday. So just like I said, hit that notification bell. But Severe, man, any last thoughts on the show, what to look for the Raiders, and especially let the people know where they can find you and what they can look forward to.
First of all, man, appreciate everybody pulling up. Appreciate you guys. First and foremost, man, congrats to Pharaoh on his 100th show, man, the 100th live, rather. That is quite a milestone. It was putting in work. I've been there, and not from the very beginning. I wasn't there from the very beginning, but I was there early, man. So I've seen the growth that you've made, man. It's tremendous. So yeah, man, just keep doing your thing. Big things are in your future, definitely, man. You put in the time and all that stuff, man. So hey, we see the growth already, and it's only onward and upward from here, brother.
Oh yeah, facts. 100%.
But yeah, man. Hey, y'all know where to find me. The Severe Raider everywhere. The Severe Raider YouTube, IG, Snapchat, all that stuff, man. And I'm here, every Monday night. Well, my guy Pharaoh, and as he said, if you're subscribed to me, you're not subscribed to him, hop on over to his channel and make sure y'all sub over there as well, man. We'll be back doing this thing next week, man. 3 weeks left to a training camp, and then that's when we really get the ball rolling.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, today I've been blocking people, man, left and right. This is probably the most I've blocked. Y'all been active today. Y'all been active, and I usually don't block. I like y'all have y'all conversation. Just keep it respectful. But today it was just like obvious, like people trolling and just saying all type of weird stuff. People, you know what I mean. But it is what it is. Marty Mart, man, appreciate you coming through, my guy. He says, great show, everyone. Raider Nation, handle your business over the next 3 weeks. Then Raiders. Yep, facts, 100%, man. But we'll be here every Monday, and then just tune in. Also this week, later in the week, hopefully we'll have something for you. This July 4th week, man. So yeah, make sure just be on the lookout for that. But we appreciate the support, and then Tony Shefford, we got you. You know what I mean? We got you, my guy. We got you. Appreciate. Hey, the other Tony just want to let people know Gardner Minshew is trash. Okay. It's good thing we got AOC, man. We got last year we only had AOC. Now we got 2 quarterbacks that we could figure out see if they can become a starter, man. But hey, like I said, it's been a great show. We appreciate everybody coming through. Man, till next time, man. Peace.
Just win, baby. Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.